Yesterday we launched an emergency appeal. We need to operate Merlin. Merlin is a dog that we rescued a few years ago, an old friend of ours, one of the family. Today I'm going to tell you more about Merlin, not only about the circumstances in which he was rescued, but about something that happened to him that none of you know. This was, until today, kept completely secret. Well, it was not really a secret, but there is something that happened that we didn't tell anybody because we managed to solve it before it was actually an issue. As you know, Merlin was rescued back in 2016 in a terrible condition with his skin completely destroyed by leishmaniasis. He was really sick. Leishmaniasis had also damaged his internal organs, plus he was super scared. Really, he was terrified, and remember that because that issue created problems in the future. Merlin is a lovely, sweet, loving dog, but the problem is that he has traumas from his past. He is scared of his shadow. He needed to have security, he needed to have people that he loved, and when he was at the hospital, true, he made friends with all the nurses and everything, yeah, that's fine. But there was one tricky moment, there was one especially dangerous moment for him, which is when he got adopted. The day Merlin left the hospital, he went onto a beautiful family living in the countryside. They had another dog, a chow chow, that the idea was for them to get along and become friends and, you know, to have just typical family life, really beautiful. We left him there. I went there, met the family, I looked at the property, everything seemed super safe, there was a gate everywhere, plus there were bushes. I mean, really, he was gonna be really great. The family was loving, they had a kid, the dog had been with them for like 10 years, so it's not like they're new, they were experienced owners, and sure, I mean, Merlin was reluctant at first, but then we thought it was gonna be okay. We recorded a video and, you know, everything was perfect. So I left Merlin there with that great family and I went home. That evening, just before going to bed, I received an emergency call. Begonia, the girl that had taken care of him and that was responsible for his safety, told us that he had escaped the house where he was.
Me he ido corriendo. Ha intentado entrar en la casa por la puerta, por una de las puertas de atrás. Pero se ha vuelto a ir. Se ha vuelto a ir.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. He escaped? How did he escape? How did he escape? He's gone, Ivan, he's gone. We're never gonna see him again. Just please don't worry, we're gonna find him. The following morning, I received some pictures and apparently he actually jumped out of the property between, he made a hole between two trees. The people didn't know that a dog could pass through that, and he actually made a hole on the ground and he escaped through that. He was terrified. As I said, we knew that could have been an issue, but we didn't know it was gonna be so quick. So immediately I went over there. It was the middle of the night when I managed to get to the place. We looked for him, the family was looking everywhere, everyone was so desperate. Plus it's a really large area, so he could have been anywhere really, he could have been anywhere. So everyone was looking already after a few hours of disappearance. They were looking in quite a large radius, but then I knew that if Merlin was so scared, he wouldn't run in a straight direction. He wouldn't have gone too far. He was probably hiding somewhere nearby. He was probably terrified and he was probably trying to find Begonia, that girl that he had connected with. So I said, guys, just please go back, get closer to the home, let's start the search again. I'm sure he's nearby. We looked everywhere in the middle of the night and then I saw him. I saw his two eyes, green, looking at the lights of the car. So I said, look, stop the search, he's around here, let's try to lure him inside the home. Now, that night, Begonia stayed outside because she knew he was gonna go to her.
Se me ha vuelto a perder de vista. Me vuelvo otra vez a hacer el recorrido.
It was a really long night. Look, during the night, he tried to enter the home. He tried to get in, but once he got in, he got terrified and he escaped again. It was a long hours. It was terribly long wait of him getting in, getting out, approaching, leaving again.
Desde las dos puertas que ha intentado entrar, vamos a dejarle carne y yo me voy a cuidar, por supuesto, me voy a quedar aquí. Él está intentando volver.
You can hear the voice of Begoña in the messages that she was sending me. She was terrified. She was terrified because she could see him. She could nearly touch him, but he was always running away. Luckily, the very next morning, we got this image. Begoña caught him, and that's it. That was the beginning of the rest of his life.
Mira cómo es donde estaba Merlin. Tú imagínate el sitio para perderte, es la hostia. Es increíble, vamos, la verdad es que aquí para encontrarlo ha sido como una aguja en un pajar, porque aquí, bueno, o sea, es que aquí ahora mismo además no hay nadie. Fíjate esto ayer por la noche cómo estaba. Buah, madre mía.
Begoña adopted Merlin. I mean, their family was really sad this had happened, so they understood, but we took Merlin and we put him in Begoña's care. A few days later, we went to Begoña's home, and wow, he was already part of the pack. And that life has continued for many years after that. That was happening in December 2016, so imagine, it's been there 5 years. During these 5 years, we have gone there multiple times. We have seen him growing, getting older. We have seen him becoming part of the pack, being really happy. Every once in a while, he will have to go back to the hospital for checkup on his condition, leishmaniasis, how he's doing, etc., etc. But we kept really close eye on him. This is why he looks so amazing, because the disease never really came back. We always kept it under control until last weekend. That was then when they told us that he had breathing issues, and then we had to rush him to hospital. Heart problems, heart arrhythmia, something is wrong. We looked deeper, we did a CT scan, there's something wrong in his spleen. We located the mass, 5 centimeters. That is what is creating all the problem, and that is where we need to operate. So today I'm here to tell you this story because I want you to understand that rescuing an animal is not only getting him out of trouble and putting him in a safe place. It's a responsibility, and for a good rescue, it's a responsibility for life. We could say to the family, we could say to Merlin's family, oh look, it's your dog, it's your problem, now you deal with it. But if we did this, we would be failing Merlin. Right now, coronavirus is wreaking havoc in all the country's economies. It's a mess. Here in Spain, at the moment, is a complete disaster. And this family, like so many others, are struggling. This is not Merlin's fault. This is not the family's fault. They have done an amazing job. And we are here to recognize the responsibility that they took on. We recognize the amazing work that they have done during all these years, and we have here to help them. Because this is not only an animal rescue group. We are an animal rescue group that also cares about people. Right now, Merlin is at the hospital awaiting to be operated. We have already done 2 blood transfusions, and we hope that tomorrow he's going to be in a good condition to go through surgery. And this is why I'm here again to ask for your help. Merlin is an amazing dog. An amazing dog. If you saw him, you will immediately fall in love with him. He has become old. He's like an old gentleman, still scared, still scaredy, still very reluctant to approach strangers. But you can see in his eyes that he wants to get closer to you, that he wants to reach out. It's a beautiful, amazing dog, and he needs our help. Merlin is going to be operated tomorrow. Please help us, we need to save his life. He's already old, but he deserves fighting for. Please, if you can, donate. Help us save Merlin. Thank you.